Welcome back to Homestead Heart and today's Monday night table chat.
Yes.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Today's Monday night table chat. We are back.
We are back. And
Yes.
we have pre-recorded this video in anticipation that it would probably take a day or two to upload. Okay, so we don't know how long it's going to take, but we have pre-recorded this video for that reason only, so that we can get back on track with our Monday night table chats. Y'all, the struggle is real, but we're doing the best we can do.
Yes, we got to be ahead of the game, y'all.
That's right.
We got to be ahead of the game.
So we hope everybody has had an amazing week and weekend, and going into this new week.
Yes.
We wanted to go ahead and bring to you all a topic that we have been pondering over, and just kind of helping those who feel like, you know what, I can't really homestead, or I can't really be on this journey to self-sufficiency because I live in an apartment, I live in a condo, or I live in a townhouse. I don't have any growing space and all of that. Well, we have a solution for you. No land?
No problem.
We got a solution for you, okay? So we're going to go ahead and delve right into it. We're not going to belabor the point at all. Well, I will say this. Everybody's seed orders who's placed seed orders with us, your orders are out. And if they're not out, please email me, because there has been an issue with some of the addresses that when you put your address in for the seed order, if you don't put it in correctly, sometimes USPS will do a recommendation, but I don't do recommendations, because that doesn't mean that it's your address because they recommend it. So please check your emails and see if you got an email from me saying that I need your correct address, because USPS has said this address that you provided is insufficient or inaccurate. Okay, but other than that, all of your orders are out. Okay, and the seed shop will reopen again as always in December. So y'all stay tuned for the new seed shop when it opens up. Thank y'all so much for supporting our seed shop.
Yes,
first
thank
of all,
y'all.
pardon me, because we really started this as a way to be able to get seeds into the hands of our viewers, because so many have expressed that seeds are expensive and it's difficult for you to start a garden because the seeds alone just cost too much. So that was the whole reason behind us starting our little seed shop, to bring you all seeds at a really affordable rate.
And also good seed.
And good. Oh yeah, they are good.
Yeah.
Now look, you know we don't play about that, right?
Yeah.
You know how we feel about that. So the seeds are good, and those are the same seeds that we use here on our homestead as well.
Yes.
Okay. Some people are still asking if they are GMO seeds. No, they're not.
Not at all.
No, they're not. A lot of seed companies couldn't sell you genetically modified seeds if they wanted to, because there are laws and all of that surrounding that, right? And contracts that has to be signed and all of that. So no, we're not into that. We don't grow anything genetically modified on our homestead. Everything that we grow is open pollinated, or it's an heirloom variety. And even if it is a hybrid does not mean genetically modified seed, okay? Hybrid means that they took two good varieties of broccoli and they decided to take the best components from each one of those. It could be that one is more heat tolerant than the other. It could be that one grows larger heads than the other one. One is more pest resistant than the other. One is more disease resistant than the other. So they just took the best of those two and they brought them together to make one seed, and it's called a hybrid, right?
Yes.
So that hybrid seed, we do have some, like with some of the spinaches that we sell, some of those are hybrids. It's just a few things. It's not a lot. Like most of the majority, 98% of our seeds are either heirloom or open pollinated seeds. Okay. Yes. So don't worry about the fact that they are all that GMO stuff. No, we don't do that here. And even if, we wanted to, we couldn't because we're
Yeah.
just not into that. All
Yeah.
right. So let's go ahead and get into tonight's Monday night table chat. It don't matter where you are. We finna tell you how you can do this.
Yeah.
So grab your pen and paper so you can write these little points down. Make sure you share this with others as well. Make sure you share this on your social media platforms as well. We want to get the information out there to everybody who wants to do this, okay?
Yes.
And at this day and age, I really can't think of a lot of people who are not.
Yeah. And also, y'all got to remember that we are all in this together.
Yes.
We all want to eat healthy, no matter the circumstances on where you live. It can be an apartment. If you have a little balcony, there's ways to get around everything.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to discuss.
How you can move around all those things, right? So let's do it.
Yeah, because, we all got to eat. We all got to make sure that everything is for our convenience in case we can't go to the grocery store. So,
true.
Mrs. H, go ahead and kick it off.
Oh, okay. For point number 1, we're going to talk about fruit trees and growing all of your food. Now, for us, we love and we are so thankful to God to be able to have a little bit of space where we can grow our own fruit trees. We can grow our own berries, and we can grow a lot of our produce, right? And so we're very blessed and very thankful and fortunate to be able to do that.
Yes.
And if you're trying to lead a life of self-sustainability, this is not always the case for everyone.
Yeah.
So for point number 1, we're going to talk to you about these things. If you cannot grow your own fruit trees, right? Not if you don't have space for one single fruit tree, if you don't have space for vegetables to be able to grow enough of your own food to be able to feed yourself and your family for 1 year's time, or even a 6-month period, right? Then the option, right? The alternative to that would be to support your local farmer, right? Support your local farmer or even your local farmer's market.
Yes. And you can stock up from there. You can get it. And then so you can also, probably, like you can find so much at the farmer's market to where, it's better than going to a grocery store.
And I'm going to tell you, like, if you go to the farmer's market or a local farmer, let's just say they're growing all this produce, sometimes you can really get a really good deal from your local farmers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
When it's almost time to wrap it up, they don't want to take all that produce home, right? And so you may, if they don't sell out, because sometimes they sell out, right?
Yeah.
So if they don't sell out and they have some things available, who knows the bargain you may be able to get from them just by taking everything off their hands at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say you want a case of tomatoes, because if you get a good 40 pounds of tomatoes, well, what does that mean for you? That means you got your pasta sauces, you got your pizza sauce or your marinara sauce or your salsas, right? You have all of those products that you can make from tomatoes, or you can add to other things like chili or whatnot. Or like Mr. H's eggplant chili that we love so much. Right? Good. So you need tomatoes for those things. So if you were able to get a good 40 pounds, oh my goodness, then yes, now you got all of the tomatoes you need to make all of your tomato-based products.
Yeah, and you can do a lot with 40 pounds, different recipes, the way how you can, work with that. I mean, that's great.
That is.
And it's a lot cheaper.
It is.
Because think about it. If you buy tomatoes here and there and prices are going up in the grocery store, and you look at the prices, we get used to the slightly increase. We don't pay attention. Next thing you know, you paying
nickel and dime you to death.
Exactly.
Yep.
Nickel and dime you to death, and you be like, wow. Instead of getting a whole case, buying by the bulk.
Buying it in bulk.
And that's the new thing now, buying in bulk.
Which is, and this is actually a great opportunity to mention the sponsor of today's video, which is Azure Standard. And you know they sponsor some of our videos. And we always recommend Azure to you because you can go over to Azure and you can get this case of tomatoes. Or let's just say you needed a case of broccoli or cabbages, or you wanted to buy it frozen instead of fresh. You have those options when you are buying in bulk from Azure Standard, right? And you get those items in all at once.
Yes.
And you can make your product all at once, right? I love a good cream of broccoli and potato soup. Okay. And so all of those things, you can buy your potatoes in bulk. You may not have room to grow all of the potatoes that you eat for a year. If your family eats 100 pounds of potatoes a year, well, you might not have that room, but you need 100 pounds of potatoes. And like Mr. H said, going into the supermarket, they'll nickel and dime you to death.
They will.
At those little 2.5 pound bag of potatoes that you're buying.
And it's getting ridiculous with the prices. So, with Azure Standard, they produce is fresh, and
it's really good.
You can taste the freshness and the realness of it, like old school.
You can. It's very good.
Fresh vegetables. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're new to Azure Standard, use our code Homestead Heart 15 to save 15% off of your first order of $100 or more. And even if you're not new to Azure, continue to use our link that lets Azure Standard know that Homestead Heart sent you. Okay?
Yes.
So even when it comes to fresh fruit, like we were saying about the fruit trees, we love pears. Right now, Azure Standard has their pears on sale. My pear trees are not producing, are they, honey?
They're not.
They're not producing right now. They're still babies practically, right? But my favorite fruit is pears.
Yeah.
So guess who has their order in for their case of pears?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. And also, she got to make sure she got security watching for the pears, because I would take those pears out. Because I will. Because I had to wash myself. Because when I buy pears from the grocery store, they stay hard and they never get right.
That's true.
And these pears that we get from Azure Standard, they get all juicy and they soft at the right time, and I just can't stop eating them.
They're very sweet.
Yes.
I mean, you bite into them and the juice literally is running down your arm.
Yes.
Look, I love pears, and I'm just right now that visual.
Yeah.
Of a nice cold pear.
Ooh, cold. I'm telling you.
Right.
Takes you back to childhood.
It does.
Because that's when we used to eat a lot of fresh fruits growing up,
right off the tree. Because in the neighborhood, it seemed like everybody had some kind of a tree that you can eat from. Whether, especially being in the South, of course there are pecan trees everywhere. Peach trees, right? Plum trees, just you can't. No matter who house you went to, they had a plum tree, right? So, wow, it just kind of reminds you of how much we took for granted being able to have those fruit trees in the front or backyard, right?
Yes, we did.
Those are just different things that you can purchase, and we are going to tell you, don't get nickeled and dimed to death buying them little old bitty bags if you can help it. Go ahead and buy your case. Don't buy all of them. Don't go buy 10 cases of different things. That stuff won't go bad before you can take care of it, right?
Yeah.
So just, focus on one item or two if you can, and just buy your case in bulk. And that way, when you get them in, well, how do you take care of them? This is all about self-sustainability. So if you're going to be self-sustainable, you got to be able to put that food away, and you must be able to preserve it. Okay. Now, my favorite way of preserving our fruits and vegetables is either canning it or freeze drying.
So you just can't just chop it up and put it in a bag and put it in the freezer?
Oh, yes, you can.
Okay.
But when you start talking about 40-pound cases of different things, hopefully you got a deep freezer big enough to manage all of that.
Yeah.
So we can't do that. So we have to preserve ours in a different way. So we have to use our canners or our freeze dryer. Now you can even dehydrate your fruit too. If you love dehydrated fruit, But
Yes. Dehydrated fruits.
So if you love your dehydrated fruit, then
it's okay, bud. Be cool. All right now.
So if you love your dehydrated fruit, you can still use your dehydrator. Okay, they have so many different types of dehydrators on the market right now. And the dehydrator that I use is my Excalibur. And I've been using my Excalibur for more than a decade. It's the same one I've always had for well over 10 years. My goodness.
10 years?
More than 10 years. Let me see. Shucks. It's been a long time. I've had that Excalibur more than 10 years. I want to say 14, 15 years maybe. Yeah. I've had it a long time, and I don't have any problems with it. It works perfectly, the same as it did the day that I got it. Okay, so if you want to dehydrate, you can do that. If you want to put them in the freezer, like Mr. H was saying, you can do that. If you want a water bath can, or depending on what it is, pressure can, you can do that, or freeze dryer, right? And we also have a promo code down below. So if you wanted to get yourself a freeze dryer, put it on layaway, you can use our link to do that as well. Okay?
Yes. Point number 3.
Now, 2.
Okay, point number 2.
And 3.
Okay, point number 2 and 3 is cow share. You know, for meat, you know, if you know a local farmer that's raising their own cattle, you know, you can put in for half a cow. Yeah. You can put in with a family member or a neighbor.
For a whole cow.
And you can have them to cut it up the way how you want them to cut it up and put it in your freezer. Yeah. You would come out a lot cheaper. Yes. And you would have grass-fed cow.
Grass-fed beef. If you are a beef eater, if you are a beef eater, then grass-fed beef is the way to go. If you're getting it from your local farmer, at least you don't have to worry about them injecting the cows with hormones in order to fatten them up pretty quick. Yeah. And those hormones that have been known to cause cancer. Yeah. So you would be helping yourself to work with a local farmer to get your grass-fed beef.
Yes, and I'm telling you, you know, I'm pretty sure that meat would taste different from what you buy in the store.
Yes.
You know.
No comparison.
No comparison. Okay, and also chicken.
Or a lamb.
A lamb. You know, you can go half with lamb.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Half a lamb, a whole lamb. Get with somebody, and you know, and y'all purchase it and have them to cut it up to where it can fit in your freezer. Yeah. And you know, you have half a lamb. I'm telling you, it'll last a pretty good while.
That's the way we prefer to do it. If we can get it, there's a person who used to do lamb in our area, but he hasn't had lamb for quite some time now. Like I literally have been kind of like stalking his website, you know, trying to see like, you still ain't got the lamb. You still ain't got the lamb. You still ain't got the lamb. You know, here we are approaching a year. So I don't know, you know, what's going on with that. I know they still offer other things, but they haven't had the lamb. And we love, if we're going to buy a lot of lamb, that's how we're buying it. Otherwise, we're not. Yeah. You know, we might get, if Mr. H and I want to get some lamb, I call it stew meat. Yeah. But you go to the butcher and you ask for them to get your leg of lamb, and I want to cut into like stew meat. Yeah. They look at you like you're crazy. They're like, what is stew meat?
Little cubes.
And I'm like, you know, the little squares, you know, the little cube. Oh, you want a cube? Oh, yes, whatever you call it.
Yeah. And then they get the picture. Yeah. You know.
So that's how we, you know, if we get a little bit at a time, and it don't even be that often, because I don't know when the last time we bought lamb.
It's been
for that reason, right? Because we would rather just save our money and buy the whole lamb and have them to cut it up, like Mr. H said, the way that we want to have it cut up. Yeah. And it's so good too.
Yeah, especially the lamb chops. I mean, Oh man, it's really, really good. And you get
Yeah.
more when you do it that way.
You do.
Instead of going to the store and you spending
nickel and dime you to death.
They gonna nickel and dime you $50, $60 for a couple of pieces. You know?
You got 3 little chops in a pack like that.
Yeah.
It's $40, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it gets expensive when you're buying good lamb like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and also chicken, you know.
Yeah.
Go to your local farmer.
Yeah.
Or your farmer's market.
Yeah.
But you know, try to support your homesteaders.
Please.
Because you know, it's very expensive to raise grass-fed chicken, you know, with feed or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
pastured poultry. Yeah.
Yes, it's very expensive because the feed is so expensive, and you know the work is hard work.
It's very hard work.
Yes.
And you know, one thing I can say about this give and take when it comes to being self-sustainable is that you have people who are living in certain environments where they can't do what people can do who have a lot of land, right?
Yeah.
So if you know a homesteader in your area that would be willing to raise your chickens.
Yeah.
And look, don't be spreading that around everywhere either, because the laws are different from state to state on how that can be done. But if you do have somebody in your area that does that and they raise chicken for you and raise it up and they process it and all of that, that's a good way to support your local homesteader as well, right? That's a very good way to support your local homesteader. Even turkey. Yeah. Even turkeys, right? Because some people will pay to have 1 or 2 turkeys raised for them per year, and they do that through their local homesteader. So that's a good way for you to get what you need with good quality meat that's not full of hormones and all of this kind of stuff. It's just a healthy bird, and then you are able to help your local homesteader at the same time. That's wonderful to be able to do that, because contrary to popular opinion, it is not free to run a homestead, right? It does cost money to run a homestead. Things break. You have to build things. So if you got to buy screws or nails, do you know what the price of a bucket of nails and screws is nowadays? Yeah. We're talking about $60, $70, and depending on the kind, it could be $100 for a bucket of screws or a bucket of nails. So homesteading is not cheap. It's not. It does cost. So when you're thinking about supporting your local farmer, don't forget about your local homesteader. Yeah. Support your local homesteader as well, because believe it or not, some homesteaders are not just taking care of themselves. Some homesteaders are taking care of the immediate community too. Yeah, and it's hard work too. You know, it is. Processing chicken, beef, cattle, you know, the hard work, I'm telling you, you know, but it's worth the reward. It is. You know, because you have to make a decision. On one hand, do I want to take a chance on processed food, chemicals, whatever they have in this store, compared to, you know, food that's raised naturally. Yeah. You know, it's all about that, what you're putting into your body. You are what you eat. Yeah. So if you're eating cows or turkeys or lamb that's been injected with God knows what, and that's going into your bodies, right? So you want to be mindful of that. Yeah. And also, what we want to talk about is milk, you know. Yeah, that's another good point. Yes, because you know, you make so many different dishes from milk. Dairy, that's right. From dairy. Cheese. Butter. Ice cream. Wow. Man. Yeah, that milk is something serious. Yeah. So you can go to your local farmer, a homestead, and purchase milk. And it's going to be labeled as pet milk, because some places, not everywhere, but some places require it to be labeled as pet milk, not for human consumption, right? But anywho, That's how it has to be labeled in some places. Not everywhere, but some places are like that. And so when you go buy your pet milk, then you use that pet milk as you see fit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But some people, when you're raising dairy cows, like for us, like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a full-time job. You know, homesteading is a full-time job. If you got all of these different things we talk about running efficiently, that's a lot of work. You putting in work, you know, and you providing healthy food for your family and your community, which is very important because every time you turn around, you look at the news, there's always something new going on.
Always something new going on.
Yeah.
Always. Now, another thing is also going to be coffee creamer for those who drink coffee.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Being
a good
able
point.
to get good cow's milk where you can allow the cream to separate from the milk, because you know the cream is heavy, so it's going to rise to the top, and you will be able to scoop that cream off and jar it up, and that goes straight into your coffee, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you leave it in and keep it in the milk and just keep it, just shake it up, now you got what we used to call sweet milk,
Yeah.
because it wasn't called homogenized in the 60s.
Yeah, it was just
and
sweet.
In the 70s.
Oh, okay.
It was sweet milk.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm.
And then one thing of coffee creamer costs
expensive.
Very expensive.
$6-7 a container.
Yeah.
Right? So that's another benefit, you know. And so you may not be able to raise your own dairy cow.
Yeah.
So you have to have another alternative if you don't feel like, hey, I want to keep buying my milk out of the store. It's getting expensive, number one. And that's another thing I'm going to tell you is that we're going to talk about this, God willing, in another video. Like, it's not balancing out anymore to where it used to be less expensive to do some things over others. That's changing.
Yeah.
And that's changing.
It's changing real fast. And then you add up the recalls and the bad food that they keep saying, oh, you can't buy this, you can't buy that. And then you think about it. Oh, man.
Yeah, the listeria, all of that. Yeah. That has been taking people's lives, right? So, yeah, but in any case, you all, those are just some of the key points that we wanted to bring to you all about if you don't have any land to do any of this, no problem. Here is the solution. So hopefully you have taken those solutions and you have jotted those solutions down so that now you can go back and do a little bit of research about where you are located to see who is in your area that may be able to make certain things available to you. Okay. Yeah. And that way you can get these things as you need them in bulk, right? Get them in bulk. And again, don't forget, as your standard, if you want to go on and get your case of whatever, get your case of whatever, like me, I'm going to be buying a case of pineapples, right?
Oh, yeah.
For the pineapple jam. That famous pineapple jam around here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Pineapple jam.
Yes. And then, pineapple mango salsa. I have 1 jar left. 1. That's it.
And that 1 jar is in trouble. Y'all.
Yes, it is. I'm sure.
Oh, it's in trouble.
I'm sure. So that case of pineapple is going to be needed for the salsa, and it's going to be needed for the pineapple jam. Okay. Yeah. And then I can even juice any that I have left and jar up me some pineapple juice and can that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. No land, no problem.
No land, no problem.
This is the solution.
The solution.
You can do it. We all in this together.
Right.
We got to make it happen. Just buy in bulk, like she said, as your standard. And hey, we go from now. We can do this.
That's right. We gonna do it.
Yeah.
We gonna do it. Now we can. Now we gonna try. We gonna do this.
Yes, we are.
Okay, we're gonna do it because you have to be able to stock your pantry the best way you can, right? Yes. And you can do it 1 case at a time.
Yeah. No matter how small that apartment is.
1 case at a time.
1 case at a time.
And as your standard delivers once a month. Okay, once a month. So that means you can get your first case now and be planning on what you're going to do for the next month ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
And then you can plan that out and put your ingredients or your items in your cart and go ahead and hit order or submit. But you don't have to worry about it. It's not going to be paid for until they're not going to take the money from you until your order ships.
Yes.
Okay? So you can still keep planning ahead, knowing what you're going to be canning from month to month. And the benefit is that you can plan that around your schedule.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. So, and I'm going to tell you, like when tomatoes and stuff come in from the garden, we don't have time to like say we'll get to that later, right? Yeah. When things are coming in from the garden, you got to get them. Mm-hmm. And you got to deal with them.
Yeah.
Right?
Or the pests will.
Or the pests will take them all from you.
Yes.
So you got to get them cleaned up and bring them in, and you got to deal with them before they start to go bad. Mm-hmm. And what happens if you run out of time and fruit starts going bad on the countertop because you ran out of time, or you don't have enough room in your freezer to pack a ton of tomatoes in there right now? Yeah. So that means you got fruit that's starting to go bad, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're buying in bulk, then you get it all at once.
Yeah.
That whole case, 40 pounds, right in front of you for you to deal with right then and there. You ain't got to worry about bugs and all of that, right? Mm-hmm. So you do have some pros.
Yeah, you do.
There are some pros
to
the fact that you may not have the land, because somebody has already done the hard work for you by washing it up, packing it up, and all of that. They've already done the hard part.
Yeah.
Harvesting.
Yeah, the only thing you got to do is make sure you already have the preservation part ready before you get it.
Yep.
Even if you have to learn and research on how to can.
Yep.
Get your canning jars, ahead of time.
Yep.
And you get all set up before you even get it. And I'm telling you, hey, I seen Mrs. H in there canning. You can do it.
Look, y'all check out my canning playlist. Water bath canning and pressure canning playlist. I have a food preservation playlist as well that kind of encompasses both water bath canning and some other methods too. So check out the canning playlist and just kind of get some ideas from there. Like, oh, I want to can that right there,
Yeah.
And so you can get some ideas from the canning playlist to see what it is that you want to do next. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. We wanted to come on here and just let you know that if you don't have any land, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
You still can do it.
Long as food is coming in, then it's not a problem. As long as you got your local farmer, it's not a problem. Your local homesteader who will let you know that we're going to be at the farmer's market. Or some homesteaders even have a vegetable stand set up right outside of their property, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, you can meet them at the farmer's market and they will have what you need. And I'm going to tell you something else that might be a good idea. If you have a homesteader in your area and you know that they go to the farmer's market, perhaps you can email them ahead of time and say, is it possible that I get 30 pounds of this or 20 pounds of this that you could just sit aside for me and just for me, and I will pick it up from you from the farmer's market. You got to pay ahead of time though, because they can't sit all of that to the side just for you and then you don't show up, right? Mm-hmm. So you got to pay ahead, and you got to know that if you don't come pick it up, then you probably done lost your food and your money, right? Because you don't get that back, because those people done harvested that stuff based upon you saying you wanted it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's perishable. So when it comes to perishable items, if you don't pick up your perishable items and they go bad, that's not on the farmer.
Yeah.
That's on you. Yeah. Okay. So what you want to do, you can possibly do that too. Reach out to them and let them know I'll pick it up when you come to the farmer's market. That way you can get your products set aside. It's kind of like doing a CSA, if you will. But reach out to them and see. You never know what they offer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Reach out to them, and also, as your standard, reach out to them same way. You show up, you get your product.
Yep.
Boom.
And if you're not there, your stuff go back.
Yeah.
It gets back on the truck.
Yeah.
And if you want it, you're going to have to pay for them to ship it again, right? You're not going to get it free.
Yeah.
You got to pay for it to reship. But if it goes bad, then, you know, you might have to see what they can do about that.
Yeah.
You know.
But in any case, y'all going to make it happen. No land, no problem.
No land, no problem.
We can
no
make
excuse.
That's
no
it.
Excuse, right?
No excuse.
See, we taking away the excuses when it comes to food preservation. No excuses. No land, no problem. No excuses.
Yes.
You can get your stuff and you can still practice self-sustainability.
Yes.
Your journey just has to look a little bit different, but that's perfectly okay. See, if the goal is, it doesn't matter like how you get there. The thing is that you get there, right?
Yeah.
See, it doesn't matter that 3 + 1 is 4 and 2 + 2 is 4, right? Or 2 times 2, 4, right? The answer's still the same. It's just the method by which you got there looks a little different. And that's perfectly okay. Just get there.
Yeah.
Okay?
Get there and get your stuff.
And I don't want nobody to be saying, Mrs. H told me just get there, so I'm going to go creep over to my neighbor's property and just take a few tomatoes. They ain't going to, look, my neighbor down the street, they got a garden on the corner, and they ain't going to eat all them tomatoes. I just grab me a couple. No, that's not what I'm telling you, okay?
That's not what she's saying, y'all.
Not what I'm saying. Do it the right way, okay?
Yeah.
But you can get there. Self-sustainability, you can get there. No problem. No problem. No problem. No land, no problem. No excuses.
Just got to have a strategy and move out on it and go ahead and preserve it. Simple as that. And then move on to the next item that you want to preserve.
That's it.
That's it.
All right, y'all. That's going to do it for Monday Night Chat. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of Monday Night Chat. Please share on all of your social media platforms. But most importantly, share this video with your friends, with your family, with your neighbors. Let everybody know that it's okay if you don't have any land. Mrs. H and Mr. H said it's okay that we don't have no land. We can still get there, right?
Yes.
So that's what's most important. All right, y'all? So that's going to do it.
Yeah, give this video a thumbs up.
Please.
And hit that hype button.
Oh, that's right.
They got a hype button.
They got a hype button now. Yeah. You can hype us up.
Hype us up. Hype us up, y'all.
Hype us up.
And that's going to do it for this Monday Night Chat video.
That's it. Thank y'all for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Yes, y'all.
To each and every one of you. And we'll see y'all in the next video.
Peace.